Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another brand new episode of Tipping Stars featuring two guests, Brandon, DolphinArena, his second appearance, and Twitchy Sticky, his first appearance. Some of you guys may recognize him from my channel. And today we're going to talk about our thoughts and our constructive feedback on the Mario Bros. Movie that we just all saw this weekend. And yeah, that's what this episode is going to be about. After sitting down and analyzing and carefully analyzing each and every plot of the movie, we have now come together and we're going to put our constructive there's only as long as I can do this, but yeah, let's just go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Nindude, today's host, obviously. And yeah, here's some other folks.
Got J Matthew. I guess we're introducing ourselves now because this guy Nindude.
Oh, are we not? I thought.
Dude, you're the host. You gotta introduce us, bro.
I gotta introduce
Come on,
everyone.
man. I don't
Okay,
got time to introduce myself. You see, I'm a big boss in the city now. You understand me? I saw the Mario movie. Now I'm just living life. I'm living a wealthy life. So you gotta introduce me. But obviously first DolphinArena because he's first outfit older. That's how it is.
Oh, is it me now? Is it me? I didn't.
Yeah, Nindude.
I didn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't get the.
Do you want me to do it now, or I can introduce everyone?
That is how it works.
Basically, we got J Matthew here from the YouTube channel J Matthew. We got Brandon DolphinArena. We got
I'm from real
Nintendo
life.
James. And we got Twitchy Sticky. Sticky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could have. Oh,
Yep.
Frick yeah, that's an intro.
Frick yeah, let's get it.
These are real. That's the problem. I need these.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about just honestly an hour long on our thoughts and our opinions on the Mario Bros. Movie, and we have dressed up for the occasion. Obviously,
All of us,
And it's
all
gonna be a good time.
everyone here has.
every single one of us,
Every single one.
single one of us. Look at that.
Nope. I
Mhm,
don't.
mhm.
I wasn't. I can't.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get right into it then. J Matthew, what was your thoughts?
Okay, so my thoughts on this. Okay, so first off, I saw it on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, the release date. And we found out about this, or we saw the cast in 2021, where they dropped Chris Pratt on us, Charlie Day, Jack Black, and Seth Rogen. That was a very mystical day. Oh God, that was the scenes online that day were nice. But yeah, and I saw it, and I'm sure we all have a lot of opinions on this. We're gonna go in depth on this, on the Mario character and just how he was handled and why the Sonic movies are really bad now or good. Depends on your thoughts. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Like James, what did you think about how the music was handled or other stuff like that?
You just want to talk about
Why don't we
our first
start with
initial
just the
reaction to the
general, what we thought about it
I thought
before
it
we
was
go
good.
into specifics?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was.
It was mid.
I liked it.
I have two kind of different sides of my brain saying different things about it. Because on one side, looking at it just as a film, I think it's fine. But then as a Mario fan, it's wahoo! I was saying wahoo out loud in the cinema, and everyone was staring at me. So while I don't think it's a particularly great film, I had so much fun purely just because they handled the Mario aspect of it so well. So I'm kind of conflicted, but I also I had fun, and I'm gonna let that kind of take charge about my thoughts of it. So overall, I did like it, but it's not a masterpiece. But it's fun.
Yeah, it definitely had its weird aspects. We found out about how they replaced a lot of the original music with the licensed songs.
I did see that. Oh, I see that. I was
All
so,
the threads of that. That was.
I was so sad.
At first, I was like, okay, well they just replaced it, and then I heard the bits where they made really good remixes of the DK songs and all that. I was like, man.
I was so sad.
Yeah, they
replaced
made that
Take on Me,
whole
infuriated me.
DK song, and then they just cut it last second and put "Take Me On." I thought that was so dumb. That because I heard it on
so
Spotify.
good.
Me and Twitchy did, and it oh my god,
It was so good. I'd rather listen to that though, but
Yeah.
it already made a move, so yeah. whatever.
But they did that with so many other sections of the film as well. And the worst thing is, there's so many needle drops. I think I counted 6, which is like that's a lot. And all of them are like so generic. Like if any movie that involves like a person doing some kind of stunt with a vehicle or something, or like jumping out of a plane, it's the intro to Thunderstruck. And like they did that for the Mario Kart bit. The Kill Bill bit for the penguins, like why? Like all of them were such kind of like basic choices, and then when you find out that they replaced really good arrangements of stuff for that, it's just like, come on, guys, really? Why?
But yeah, honestly, like the music in there though, like it was some like I think that was like some of the best parts about the movie was like the music and how they handled it. Like obviously there was some parts where it was just kind of just dumb, like and they should have just stuck to the original junk. But like honestly, how they like handled remixing the songs for the film, I think was handled really well.
Yeah, it was. I think I saw that the composer said that there were like over 130 different Mario tracks referenced in there, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, it was so cool to hear all these kind of big orchestral arrangements of tracks you recognize, and it kind of like seeing all like the different references to different games in the movie was already so cool, but then like being able to spot references in the score as well was just like another level of cool. And yeah.
Bro, when they're playing the Mario Kart 8 menu music, whatever, like,
Yeah.
cause like, every track hit me, and like I heard, and I was like, oh, that's the thing, you know. And I was like, this is okay. This movie's awesome, because like I was hearing all these tracks, and I was like, relieved that they were actually like doing callbacks to other Mario stuff. But like that Mario Kart 8 music was like, that was so cool. Just hearing that, I don't know. It's crazy how like it's like I could just like close my eyes and watch the movie, and I'd probably be satisfied because of all the music.
Yeah.
Man, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's just a shame about those damn needle drops.
Right.
And they're
right.
so cut up as well. They like cut the songs in million little pieces as well. And the original music was there, and it was good, and it was just a wasted opportunity, I think. Silly little
Yeah.
bit.
My theater experience with just like the music itself was really kind of fun, honestly, because there's some children in my theater that just yelled all the references out loud. I'm like, yep, that's it. And it kind of put a smile on my face for like, especially with the Mario Kart one, because I think it was like at least like 6 children that just like yelled Mario Kart. I'm like, oh, you know it. So
Oh, I had that happen. I had a fun time with during that Mario Kart scene. There was like a birthday party going on in like the back 2 rows, and they were loud. And during that Mario Kart scene, one of the children, possibly the birthday man, was so just enamored by what they were seeing and hearing that they ran down to the bottom of the cinema, got to the center of the screen, and just Orange Justice danced for a solid 10 seconds, and then started flossing and just ran back up and then tripped on the stairs on his way back up.
What?
Honestly, I feel like the gamers, I
amazing.
guess,
It's
or like
amazing.
the older Mario fans probably should have waited like a week or so. Because
Yeah,
like I
that
feel
was
like
funny.
everybody's experience was literally just like some 3-year-old just like throwing up like, oh my god, Mario! Like,
Dude,
surprisingly,
I'll tell
I
you
didn't
what,
have that though. Like there were kids, but they were actually pretty good.
You
And
said
it was a pretty
throwing
big
up.
theater.
yeah. My issue was with the parents in my screening, because like there was
Really?
some kids like right at the back who would go like Luigi like really quietly, and like that was fine, I didn't care. But there was like one parent like a couple rows in front of me who was just like pacing around with their phone torch on for a bit. It's like,
Why?
come on,
Why
They were
don't-
pacing around with their what? Their phone?
with their phone torch
In
on.
American terms, their flashlight and their phone, JR. It's not that
Hmm.
hard to understand, but we need a translator. No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't
Also,
hear him
just-
correctly. I
Your
just wanted to make
podcasting
sure I
sounds
heard
cool.
him correctly.
Just to clarify, are we going into full spoilers with this?
I'd assume
yeah, I mean,
so.
yeah, we'd have to. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I would
We're
say.
only 10 minutes in, but spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Mario
spoiler.
dies. He just
Let's
dies.
actually
That's it, he
take a
dies and then it
second.
ends.
Let's go back and let's talk about our like initial reaction to the cast and how we felt about it and how it also like kind of differed to like the actual performance, if that's okay.
Oh
Or do you
yeah,
think
that's
that's
true.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like, how did we first feel about it and how do we feel about it now? Like, I feel like for me personally, like we were all like when it first got announced, like what it was like last summer, like it was the funniest thing in the world. And I think we all lost our shit when Chris Pratt was announced to be Mario. And like honestly, just looking at the cast, I was like laughing the entire time. I did have faith in Jack Black because I know he like does a
As
lot
you
of
should
voice
have.
acting.
I think we all did.
But like honestly, everything else just felt like really out of place and random. But like kind of how I feel about it now, I think everybody did phenomenally. I think Chris Pratt was like okay, to be honest. But like Charlie Day, perfect Luigi. I really like Anna Taylor, I can't pronounce her name.
We know who
her
you mean, just yeah.
Her Peach was pretty good. Like it just sounded natural. I think that's what I liked about it the most. But are you like
You just said
James,
her Peach was pretty good, bro.
Come on now, buddy. What's going on
It
here?
took me a
you know
while
what
to
I
think.
mean?
That didn't even like correlate with like, anyone else, but yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, and then Kermit, dude. I mean, not Kermit. Damn it!
Who do you mean? Who do you
I'm
mean?
a real Mario fan, I swear.
Keegan Michael Key?
I mean, Keegan.
You're a
His
genius.
tone
How did
was
you get
actually
that?
pretty good.
Yeah.
I prefer
Keegan-Michael Key.
like Kermit Kamek. That's how you
Kamek.
pronounce it, right? Kamek.
Yes, Kamek.
Kamek.
That's
That was a pretty good Kamek voice. No one else could probably play that Kamek
It's
voice
a terrible
better
Kermit
than whoever
voice,
played
but
it.
It was a
Yeah.
terrible Kermit voice. Didn't sound like
I
him
was
at
like,
all.
behold,
It didn't sound like Kermit the Frog at all. Anyways, yeah, I thought that was like the best voice possible for him. Like, and then same with Jack Black. Jack Black, I knew he was gonna do great. I love Jack Black. And then, yeah, Toad,
Rogen.
like Seth Rogen. I was honestly kind of shocked. I thought it was okay. I felt like if I had to picture how Donkey Kong would sound, it would sound almost closely to that, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how else you would do it. But I mean, yeah, I think like the best part about all these voices that like how natural they sounded, you know? Like no one was over the top, no one was like too bad to the point where it's noticeable. And yeah, that's how I felt about it. I think like Jack Black singing was literally just Jack Black though, but like
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I felt
I
about
think
it.
that's why
What
that
about
part
you,
was in
J
there.
Matthew?
That's why I thought when that part came on, and I was like, oh, they put this in here because he's fucking Jack Black.
yeah, that
Yeah, of
role
course,
works.
that's why that
That
was
scene
in
works
there.
with no one else. That's the only one.
Yeah.
But he still slayed them keyboards. I mean
did.
piano.
And there's a full music video on YouTube of his awesome song.
Using like
just
a
commits, it's
themed
great.
suit. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Peaches,
no, the
Peaches.
cast was revealed in September of 2021. It was like nowhere near last summer. But I think you're thinking of the
It
trailer.
doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
No,
I
but
am thinking
That
of the
feels like it too far away.
the trailer
from
was like
reality.
7 months ago or something like that. Because I think we did do a podcast about it. We did, yeah, during like the episodes, like whatever the Bayonetta thing we talked about the Mario trailer. I think a little bit.
6 maybe.
Yeah, it must have been 8. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's 6 or 7.
I thought it was
anyway.
2022. I can't believe it was that long ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Time does things, man.
2021.
Yeah. But I just want to go back to the theater experience a little bit because my theater, there's like some dude in the back. I thought he was about to do this the whole time, but then he stopped after like 2 things. But he yelled like he screamed Pauline when Pauline showed up, and then like he heard like a little theme in the music, and he yelled something out like, you know, something like that. And then I was like, I thought he was supposed to do it the whole time, but I think someone probably like smacked him in the head or something like that and told him to stop. But yeah, it was a nice experience. Movie was really fast too. I don't know if this is getting off topic or anything like that, but the movie was like fast. I know it's already a pretty
I
short
think it was a
movie,
bit too fast.
being like an hour and a half long, but it was like obviously very fast paced. It was just like thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. But yeah, it was obviously like it could have been. There were some scenes that could have been prolonged, like the montage stuff could have been done better or whatever. But
Honestly, I feel like it was just like the intro to the Mushroom Kingdom was very fast paced. I think the origin was handled very well and the pacing was pretty good. And then like the rest of the movie the pacing was pretty good. I just like it was literally just the intro to the Mushroom Kingdom for me at least.
I think it still
Yeah.
went from pretty like big scene to big scene to big scene, or like big action to big action, still. But
Honestly, and I feel like they went with that just to keep the little kids entertained and like sat down in their seats.
yeah,
which is fair, given
Yeah,
the
makes
target
sense.
audience very much is that
That's pretty
group.
fair, yeah.
Yeah. But like, going back to the cast, I think everyone did. You know, I don't think anyone did like insane. I mean, Jack Black was like probably the best, but you know, Chris Pratt, I think he was the only one that was kind of just like good. But I mean, that's what I expected anyway. You know, I expected him to be kind of worse than that anyway. So you know, it wasn't that bad. But I think everyone else did pretty good. Seth Rogen was like, I don't know if I would say that's what I would think his voice would be like, but I think it fit a little bit, and I think it was funny. Jack Black as Bowser was good. Yeah, I think everyone else just did pretty well. Besides like Cranky Kong. I didn't like Cranky Kong's voice that much.
Honestly, I don't even think he like tried with Cranky Kong. He just sounded like
No,
himself.
he wasn't very cranky.
He wasn't cranky.
He was definitely doing a voice. It just didn't really fit the character.
My overall experience was pretty fun. I do have to agree with Jay Matthew about like the pacing. Like, I guess the montage bits I agree with that they could have like prolonged it because it was just like really bop 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 boom, we're here, and then. But what else? I also have to agree with voice acting. Freaking phenomenal. Can I cuss?
No. I mean, it doesn't matter,
No?
but like, you know, just try not to.
Maybe.
But,
Okay. I'll try not to.
Don't
but...
flip and say any flippin'
I'm
bad
fucking sorry. I'm so
flippin'
sorry.
words.
Anyway, but yeah, the voice acting phenomenal. Jack Black always hits it out of the park. But after hearing like all the voices first by like or before seeing, I guess, shoot, how to say it? When first seeing the cast, I had very, very low expectations about, I guess, Chris Pratt. But when watching the movie and like letting it kind of like sit there, I kind of got used to it, and I'm like, oh, it's Mario, it's whatever. And then,
He's just a guy.
yeah, Charles Martinet, his little cameo at the beginning. I mean, didn't expect it, but it was just kind of like in your face. I'm like, oh, hello Mario, you're real.
You know, he was Mario's
then-
dad as well.
Yeah. Wait, was he?
Yeah.
I thought it was the old Mario from.
He was Jumpman, like you said,
He
and
was
he was
both.
Mario's dad.
Oh, okay. He was both.
Yeah, I didn't know that until the
Ooh.
credits actually.
I
I
was
need
so
to pay
happy.
attention to the credits then.
I was waiting for the credits because I had my Letterboxd review written out ready just in case he was the father. Because he played the father in another, like a David Fincher movie called The Game, and that I loved harping on that for a while. I'd written that being like, please let him play Mario's father, please. And I was just elated when he did. So I could just post it immediately. I was thrilled. He was also just good in that role as well. He suited it quite nicely, which was good, and it makes a lot of thematic sense as well. Anyway, I will stop interrupting. So.
It does make.
You are
lot of
totally
sense.
fine, but I really do agree though. But the overall movie, I felt like they were somewhat, I guess, limited on what they can actually use for the movie because that hour 30, they crammed so much things inside. Like if they extended it to at least like a 2-hour 2:30 or 2-hour 30-minute movie, I feel like the kids would get really, really distracted after like the actual hour 30.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna get their kid to sit down for like 2 hours.
2
2.5
hour
hours.
30 is kind of crazy. That's
Not
Where's my
too
God?
much.
Yeah,
Where's my
2 hours.
Godfather and Mario movie at? Where is it?
But
Christ.
I do understand like that original hour 30 movie, I guess time, because right after when the movie just ended, all the children in my theater just kind of got up and walked around, and I was really confused on why they did because one of them walked up to me, started talking to me. I'm like, oh, why are you here? But after
What kind
the
of
two
cinemas
post-credit
do you guys
scenes-
go to where people do orange
Cinemark.
justice in front of the screen and just come up and talk to you?
dude,
Twitchy,
but-
you said
What
why are
going
you
down
here?
in your theater?
just like why? But I was really confused, like how just relaxed the parents were with the children. I'm like, oh, I guess you're chill, but really, really hold your child, please. But and also my theater like lost power in the middle of the movie too, so that also affected my experience.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
You said that
Oh,
last
my
night.
sound dropped out for a bit.
Yeah,
My sound dropped out for 5
like
minutes.
I know I put it on my Snap story, but basically, the movie theater just kind of lost power in the middle of the movie. I think it was like Mario versus Donkey Kong, like that scene, and it was just really funny because once it like cut out, just everybody started kind of like talking and laughing about it. And when we got back to the part, they basically restarted the whole movie up to that point. So when I rewatched like that little segment that I did watch beforehand, it just felt really fast and kind of like talked to myself like, oh shoot, they really like rushed everything, and I didn't really notice. But yeah, that's about it. So James,
Yeah,
Me?
James.
Yes,
Yeah,
James.
James.
Your
Okay.
thoughts?
I think in terms of pacing, I don't know if I've just been kind of like blinded to pacing from the film that me and Brandon have been doing is like the fastest paced thing ever. So I don't know if that has just
really is.
got in my brain and kind of blinded me to how fast it was. But I didn't really realize that until like I saw like everyone online was saying like it was so quick. And like I didn't really have much of an issue with that. I think it would probably be more noticeable on a rewatch. Which I do want to rewatch this film, because I had so much fun and I want to see if there's more stuff that I missed. But I don't feel like it would hold up quite as well on a rewatch, just because there's not as much of the excitement of like, oh, Luigi's phone is doing the GameCube music and
I didn't
all
even
that
know.
stuff.
I didn't even catch that part.
Over in a jar and like that kind of stuff. But like, yeah. So I don't know if it will hold up quite as well. Yeah. Someone else talk.
I didn't even
while I
catch
think.
the GameCube ringtone
not?
part. No, I heard about it online. I couldn't even like think
You
back
didn't
to this
catch-
movie and
You didn't catch that?
no, I might have like my brain might have heard it, like but I didn't register it. I was like,
It's like you recognize the pattern, you just didn't know where it was from.
I don't know. No, I don't remember any kind of ringtone. How many times
The
does this phone
ears
ring?
heard, the brain's ignored. Like
There's
I
only,
twice
I say
or
go
three
through it like
times.
twice.
two full run throughs.
Right?
Huh? I don't know.
It was at least 2 times it rang.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. What do you guys think about there's a lot of characters that got like either less or a lot of screen time. Like there was a lot of Mario scenes, or a lot of Peach scenes, and then Luigi was kind of put on the back burner, even though it's the Mario Bros. Movie. I don't know. I kind of feel like Luigi didn't get a lot of moments.
Yeah, he didn't even get to like use a power up. I thought he was gonna get a power up at the end, to be honest. Like he was gonna be like, oh, what's with the bear costume? It's a power up, Luigi. Eat this mushroom. And then yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more Luigi, definitely, especially because I think Charlie Day was one of the best casting choices in this film. But I think what kind of softens the blow with that is there's been like rumors of a Luigi's Mansion movie or something.
God, I hope.
That would be awesome, and get him back for that would be amazing. But one thing that I wasn't so keen on was like Luigi, I'm pretty sure had less like lines or screen time or something than Cranky Kong, which
Really?
was weird.
Was it?
I think
Damn.
so.
How is that even
That sounds
possible?
viable.
Honestly, that sounds right. Like,
Probably-
'cause,
Cranky Kong was in it way more than I thought he'd be.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Maybe
like he was even like on a motorcycle and everything, like fighting and stuff.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, the
Like,
Luigi
he was-
disappears for a good like 40 minutes. He's just not there for like a good half.
and I
of the
feel like
rest of it.
almost in the beginning, it like kind of cut back between Mario and Luigi, like kind of back to back almost. And yeah, I feel like it was like due to the pacing almost. Like I feel like everything that was kind of done wrong almost was just because of like how fast they needed the film to be. Like that hour and 30 was like it did it so dirty, I feel like. Just cuz like not
That's
only
right.
that, but like a lot of scenes were cut too. Like there's a lot of scenes like in the promos or in the trailers that just weren't in there. Like
that's true.
like that scene where where Mario's getting attacked by the blooper fish. Like they show it for like maybe a second. Like there's like in the trailer, it's like it hits Mario, and then Peach grabs it, and then it gets onto Toad. But like in the thing, it was like it was in a montage, and like it just attacked Mario, and that was it. And
Yeah, and that's something that like especially they didn't really have any reason to cut down. Especially it would have just made that montage like a tiny bit longer, and like I don't. Yeah, there wasn't really any reason to get rid of that. One thing that I do think was really cool was kind of the range of like Mario history that this movie referenced. Like we have the wedding stuff that's like literally from Odyssey, all the way back like across every single game you get like something from, which I think was really cool and something that not to really compare this to other gaming movies so much at this point in the podcast, but like not a lot of other ones do that and kind of incorporate so much from their franchise's history. So it was really cool that they had all of that in there, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's why we haven't gotten a lot of Mario games? I guess like big title ones, just because so that way they can reference all the games in the Mario movie.
I don't think they would bank it that like I don't think they would care that much to like stop making a big Mario game, but I don't know. I feel like in the beginning, like we had the part where Luigi he gets like thrown away, and we see him like in the dark forest ever. And then I when I was watching it, I just like thought like it was so long until we actually saw him again. I was sitting there, I was like, when are we gonna see Luigi again? We saw him like get trapped in like what was that, like Dark Castle or whatever? Was it Bowser's Castle? I couldn't tell.
The Darklands.
I think it
it's
was like
called.
one of the like end world castles that just no one was in at that point. I think.
Yeah. But like that happened, and then we just had Mario and like I guess Peach and Donkey Kong stuff for so long. I was like, where is Luigi? And then we finally got the scene where he's with Bowser, and then at whatever point where he came back to Mario. But yeah, once again, that was weird. I feel like Luigi was, and yeah, like you guys said, I hope it's to save him for like some kind of Luigi's Mansion movie, because God, that would be so cool to have. And they I saw someone online say that like remember when all the portals showed up where Mario got sucked into one and Luigi got sucked into like the dark one, and like how there was so many other ones. I saw someone online say like maybe has something to do with setting up like a Nintendo like film universe, or like more like
The Nintendo
films.
Cinematic Universe. The
'Cause, like,
NCU.
yeah, no, because like there was so many different portals. You know what I'm saying? So like I saw someone have a theory that's like, what if this one portal leads to like some other like I guess like yeah, Hyrule or like a Splatoon world, or some even just other Mario game, section that we haven't explored yet, like the Galaxy or Isle Delfino, something like that. That'd be really cool, and like that can definitely do that, because they definitely, it seemed like they plan to do more. Then I don't know. I still to this day don't know if this was true or not. But there was some kind of rumor about like the new like Nintendo Films company
There's actually a question.
or something.
Well,
There is a Nintendo
they
company.
did make a production company, and that's why they had their logo at the start. That was
Yeah.
That logo was kind of bad, I'm going to be honest.
It was
Okay.
really long.
Yeah, it was fine.
It did the job.
I wonder kind of how they would do that. Like, would they base the movie just center around one game, or like would they just make their own like kind of movie and just kind of like thrown in a bunch of references from that game? Like, if they wanted to do like a movie where Mario finds Cappy, or a movie where he uses the flood weapon, would they just base the whole thing around like Sunshine or Odyssey, or like would they like make their own type of like story or something, and like they just incorporate flood into it or something? Or
I don't know. I mean, it could just definitely just like take place in the area, but I don't know. I feel like like they showed so many different portals. And I'm like, man, they have so much to work with now.
Yeah.
What they did. This was a really good setup movie for a lot of things they did, I guess.
Speaking of setup, should we talk about the post-credit scene?
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was weird. I was
yes.
like, okay, it's that.
Kind of pointless.
I especially think it was pointless because they had like a bit of like loads of Yoshi's running past.
Yeah, that was a Smash
They already
Melee.
had like the Yoshi's running.
That Smash Melee opening cutscene was a bunch of Yoshi running over. That's what that was. And obviously there were
Yeah.
hundreds. So why show
And
us one egg? I don't.
It'd be like,
And there was an egg
Yoshi
that
cannon.
that one of the Koopas gave us like a wedding present on that pile. There was a Yoshi egg as well. So like
Maybe it
we
was the
clearly
egg.
knew that they were in there like
Mhm.
in some sort of capacity. So
It's like,
It
oh,
also
that's crazy.
doesn't open
That
up
also
much.
kinda
It's just,
answers
oh wow, a
what
mode of
Twitchy-
transport.
No, because earlier Twitchy was talking about like how did that egg get there, and we're just like I don't know, explosion when it happened. But what if that's the egg that the party, like, because like the party gift person gifted the Yoshi egg. I gotta.
I'm not
it's
following.
still
I'm
just
sorry.
like a
I-
Yoshi.
The
I
egg.
person
kinda follow.
gifted the Yoshi egg, right, and put it on the ship, right, and so whenever the ship got transported to Brooklyn, that same gift egg just was left behind. So that's how it was there.
That
But
might be it,
is-
but I do not remember that scene at all.
Isn't it still just like a Yoshi though? Like we've seen the Yoshis. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Mario's Yoshi is here. It's like, okay, and like why is it like in like the sewers too? Like what's the point of that?
I guess it's like a way to hint that like the next movie is gonna be focused around that, or is gonna have, or it's confirmed that Mario's gonna have a Yoshi, or
Yeah.
What's
Hey,
also
Yoshi.
strange? What's also kind of strange about that is
yeah,
that
they don't
at
need
the,
a whole post-credit scene for that though. Like,
Who knows?
what's kind of strange is that at the end of the movie, it ends with Mario and Luigi in the Mushroom Kingdom, but the egg was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I don't know what if that just they didn't think about that very much, or if that will have some kind of relevance. I guess we'll maybe see.
Yeah. It's also kind of weird how like I guess you could be like, oh, well now the Yoshi's gonna be running rampant in normal NYC, New York, Brooklyn. It's like, well they didn't really care that there was Bowser and all these weird turtle monsters. Like if we're supposed to think that the Mario,
Yeah.
if Brooklyn is just a human town, then number one, why is the Yoshi just being in Brooklyn supposed to be like anything crazy? And also they didn't really care at all when Bowser was like running through the city. Like it was like it's obviously like they didn't. It wasn't. It seemed
I
normal
thought it
after
was
that.
weird. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like okay, we're
Yeah.
seeing monsters around the human city, and Yoshi's gonna
And
be there.
after the fight was done, they just applauded like it was a regular show.
Yeah, and it was weird because it made me kind of blur the two worlds together as if it wasn't supposed to be a human Brooklyn and like a monster, like not monster world, but you know what I mean, where it's like a fantasy world. It made me kind of just see them as both the same thing, especially because obviously with Mario games you don't really see the Brooklyn side, so you know already naturally think that Mario is just associated with that world. But the movie was kind of weird with kind of separating them too. They kind of just made it seem like they're different like countries. It's like you can go across the sea and go to the Mushroom Kingdom. It wasn't really like, you know, said that like, oh, there's monsters in the real life. It's like, yeah, it was, yeah.
Did anyone else
Yeah.
think it was weird that they chose the Tanuki suit as like the flying, like it was flying?
I
Anybody
was
else catch
okay
that?
with it because when you fully
What do you
sprint in like Mario 3, you do sort of fly off. At
Yeah,
the
that's what it
end.
does.
So that does
I
make
guess.
sense. I can't think maybe like the propeller hat. I guess could also be like a flight thing, but
I get,
it's more
yeah,
cumbersome
because I was
and
gonna
harder to
say like,
animate
wouldn't
as
the
well.
propeller hat make more sense? But
I
I
really
mean,
the,
it
the,
would've.
the
I get
Tanuki
why they
keeps you up in
chose
the
the
air for
Tanuki suit.
longer.
It's just more iconic.
I look
Yeah.
forward to somebody's like master's thesis paper about all of that. It's going to be an excellent read, I'm sure.
I get what you're saying because I think you're trying to say that the Tanuki suit in the game, I don't think it just glides, right? It doesn't really fly. So like, why is it actually flying in the movie? But yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's true. It doesn't fully fly. It does in the movie.
Yeah.
You can go up, but you don't really stay up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not like
Also
spinning around your
propeller,
tail
so-
and fucking taking off. You know, I mean taking off.
Yeah. Also, like
But
Donkey
back
Kong.
to-
Sorry. but
Sorry, you say your thing.
Yep.
You go.
Donkey Kong used the fire power up. And it's like at that point, why doesn't Bowser just use like a power up? It's like why does Donkey Kong not get to use a power up in the movie? Like he doesn't. That's never happened before in the games, right? Like Donkey Kong never used like a fire flower before, right? So like,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Bowser,
Bowser-
has used
Bowser
his power
has.
though.
oh Bowser,
Yeah.
yeah. But like,
He used the bell, I
Cat
guess.
Bell,
He
yeah.
did at the end of Mario
Yeah.
3D. He did,
I don't know.
on there.
I think that was just like. I think
Had a
that-
JR moment.
Yeah, I did, but like I don't know. At the same time, it's like I mean, Donkey Kong did just use like power up like the first time, I think. So
And I guess it was implied that Bowser was gonna use the power up star.
well, yeah, he was gonna use
They
the
never
power up
really
star
did.
with
Like
Peach.
I guess he can. Like I know, like because like I feel like with the Donkey Kong, like I think they kind of like implied it as a way like he doesn't use power ups because of his ego. I guess like he acts like he doesn't need it,
Oh
but
yeah.
he ends up doing it anyways. And then yeah.
Hmm.
Because like I guess in that battle arena, he's just like I don't need power ups, or he's like to make this
Make his
last
own.
faster, we'll give you power ups.
Well, so he's just stronger, and Mario isn't. So it was just to even the playing field in that sense. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Two kind of notes about Brooklyn that I have. One, I think that was the biggest indicator of the fast pacing for me is that at the end when Mario and Luigi, especially Luigi, if they're staying in the Mushroom Kingdom, they choose that they're gonna leave their home and they're gonna be here. I feel like we didn't get a sense of them like falling in love with this place and like a reason for them to like end up there at the end. So I think that's where the pace is very noticeable in that, and they could have very much expanded on that. Another thing, I did not like the opening with Brooklyn because it just felt so standard Illumination. All the people just looked like normal Illumination people. The dog was like ripped out of Secret Life of Pets, I swear. Yeah, I did not like how that looked, and so in that case, I was grateful for the pacing because it got to the Mushroom Kingdom quick.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly, I liked. I guess like, I just like how they incorporated like the origin story and how like that was handled and how it was written. I thought that was. I really liked how they handled the origin story. Like it's kind of like takes inspiration from like the Superstar show or the Super Mario show
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
True.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I do remember sitting in the theater and like watching the intro, and like in Brooklyn, I was just not really enjoying it that much. I was like, and then but once the Mushroom Kingdom stuff hit, I was like, okay, this is where we start. And also, yeah, you said you were like they've just clipped to like Mario and Luigi living in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's like Luigi, I don't think even has been there yet. At least as we see,
yeah,
we haven't seen him in
no.
there.
his whole time there, he was kidnapped
Yeah,
and like about to die.
that's like the first time he was in the
So
Mushroom
he has
Kingdom on
no
the movie. So.
reason to want to stay there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird. Dude, they kept cutting the freaking Bowser Peaches song, dude, like twice. I was mad, and then I thank God it was all on YouTube now, in that music video.
Such
But like,
a relief.
when the 2 times he did the song, they cut it. I was like, ah!
There's
The
one
full
thing
thing's
I
on
need.
Spotify as well.
Okay,
Excellent.
cool.
There's one thing I need for the sequel, and that is that Bowser finds a Koopa played by Kyle Gass, and they form a band together, and it's just like in-universe Tenacious D. That's what I need to happen in the sequel. That's what I want. That's all I want.
That would be sick.
Honestly, they kind of have a way to introduce Bowser Jr. for the sequel and like Shadow Mario. Like Shadow Mario could be like seen breaking out Bowser, like from jail, or it could just be his son, like Bowser Jr.
I thought you
breaking
said
him out.
Breaking Bad there for a
Yeah.
second.
I feel like Bowser Jr. in the sequel is like pretty likely.
Yeah,
Who
I
should they
thought.
get to play him? Who should they cast as him?
feel like the
Get
best way
Kyle
to
Gass
open
as Bowser Jr. There you go, Tenacious
Yeah,
D.
wonderful. They should do that. Father and son band as well.
You know, I thought Bowser Jr. was going to be the post-credit scene. With like a
That would have
paintbrush.
made more sense.
It would have been a way better post-credit scene, I
Yeah.
think, than what we ended up with.
What was the first one? Was the first one just like the Luma being like stupid?
That
No,
was
the
right at the
Luma
end.
was. Yeah,
That was right before the
the
credits.
mid-credit scene was Bowser's song again.
But he was
Oh
smaller.
yeah. He was in a jar.
Yeah, he was playing the piano.
But in like tiny version.
Now that was hilarious. That was like a moment where I was like, hee hee, he's a little guy. He's like a little voice. Alvin and the Chipmunks moment.
Oh yeah, they did
Yeah,
do that.
they did put him in a jar in the movie. That happened in the film.
Hmm
Yeah, it was kind of
Ow.
awesome.
Do you think it
Love
was
that
a
part.
3D world reference or?
It's the.
Yes.
I'd like to think of 3D World Reference is the only thing it could have been. You know.
What else would it
Yeah,
be, bro?
let's go with that.
What
I
else
like
There
the
were
concept, to be
plenty of moments like that that are very easy to meme.
Mhm.
That one shot when Mario ate the mini mushroom in the fight, and then you just have this shot of DK just towering over him and doing the Seth Rogen laugh, and that's like the whole shot, and it's so funny.
That threw me
Um,
off. The laugh.
That's the one frame of the Mario movie. It's
I
like the
know.
whale, but that's the one frame.
No, I can't believe they really just like went for that. Like they definitely like I'd be going to. I didn't think they were gonna do it like as like the joke, and they was gonna have it in there because like he was just kind of laughing. But I watched it, and I was like, no, they definitely did this as like a reference to just Seth Rogen as a guy.
That's
Yeah.
insane that Seth Rogen's laugh was the joke. Like that was the joke. That's insane to think about, really.
And my theater was
The kids
laughing
aren't
at
gonna
it.
get that.
My theater was laughing when it happened. There was like a lot of people laughing because it was the laugh.
And it was funny, but that's all it is. The joke is just that Seth Rogen's laugh is quite distinctive, and that is the joke, which is kind of insane, really, because 3-year-olds won't get that. Probably.
I guess I got a question for all you. I guess two, with the power ups. Do you think they showed off enough power ups? And
No.
I guess if not, or if so, what other power ups do you guys want to see in like a potential sequel?
It just honestly depends on like the overall plot, like why that power up is included and how it could actually benefit the, I guess, cast. Because overall, Mini mushroom, regular mushroom, Tanuki, ice, fire. Am I forgetting anything, or is it just
The
fire?
star.
Cat Bell.
Star.
Did
and
they
that's
show
it.
the star being
Yeah,
orange?
the
And
I can't
Bell.
remember.
And
Cat.
what?
Cat suit.
And Katsu. So 7.
Yeah, I like I like the blue shell thing during the Mario Kart where it's like you can't run away from me or whatever. That was funny.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. And how we got
I-
a whole character for the blue shell because there wasn't one before, right? Like we didn't know where the blue shell came from because it was just Mario Kart, wasn't it? And they actually made a character.
Yeah.
of it,
Yeah,
which
this is
kinda
Mario
crazy.
Kart. There's no like. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I think.
Sorry, you go.
Oh no, I just thought how they did Blue Shell was pretty funny.
Mhm.
I thought like oh yeah, the how they stuck to the original sound. Like whenever like the Blue Shell targeted on him and like they actually like made the sound from Mario Kart
Yeah.
Like, whenever it was circling around him. I thought that was cool.
But
In terms of like,
sorry,
sorry,
you can go.
to sorry, back to your question, Joe, with the power ups. I think they were probably like just enough to not make it feel like the story was relying on them too much. Because I feel like if they put in any more and like gave them all like most of the plot relevance, then I feel like that would be it, and that would be like all there was. But because they then substituted that with like, oh, the Mario Karts for a bit instead of just like using a power up to travel or whatever. So I think that was probably like the right amount. But if they were gonna put more in, I think the propeller suit would be a good one. And the penguin suit would be sick.
Or like just like what others do you want to see in like a sequel?
Those two.
Propeller and Penguin. I love Penguin suit.
Show me
Penguin
the
suit
Mega
would be
mushroom.
so
Make Mario
funny.
very big.
What else
Oh,
is
and Penguin
there?
suit would be great.
What is
Oh
there?
yeah, Mega Mushroom.
There's a
How about Mega
squirrel
Mushroom?
power suit.
There's
There's
it looks like a frog on a Mario.
Poison
Kart,
mushroom.
where it's
yeah,
like a
there's
frog.
frog one.
Poison mushroom.
I guess they
Frog
did
one.
technically
Oh yeah,
show
from,
off.
from Super Mario Bros. 2, like the lost levels.
Poison
Mushroom, just make him
Poison
kill them
mushroom.
off.
Yeah,
Point.
The skinny mushroom from Mario Maker.
Yes.
I guess technically they did show off the super cape from the Super Mario World from the ad.
They also
It's
had
not
the
an
map.
actual power up, but they
Oh,
just put on a cape.
The map from Mario World was in there as well during the Cranky Comments. Like, here's the map, and it was a map from Super Mario World, which I thought was a really cool touch.
What if they did like a Mario into the Mario verse where we had like all the different Marios and different versions of Marios?
No, because they might.
Could you imagine that? And like that's what
We
the
see,
portals
like,
are.
Mario 64 Mario as well.
Yeah, it's ugly ass. Oh wow, that's a word.
I don't think I can
And then they
handle
have like a
really
Mario
in one room.
Society team, and one of the Marios is like, "You can't be a part of this." And he
There can
attacks
only be
them.
one Mario.
Mario that's voiced by Oscar Isaac is like, you
This
can't.
town's only big enough for the one of us.
You can't be a part of the Mario Society.
I'd cry.
Yeah, they bring
so
like
sad.
that like there's this like Mario commercial from like I think like 2014 something. It's like a Mercedes commercial that was only in like Japan, might have been like Germany or something like that. But like it was like this really muscular, realistic Mario. He like gets out of like a Mercedes like really slowly. Oh, I gotta show you guys this commercial. It's awesome. And then obviously there's the one with Pedro Pascal from the SNL skit where he's in the Mario Kart we saw recently.
Forgot about
That was awesome. I think those two should fight. If you saw that Mercedes commercial Mario, dude, you will like think that's like the battle of the century of the Marios. But they should definitely do a Mario verse movie and then have Spider-Man in there too. This would be an awesome, crazy 4-hour movie.
You've actually sold me on
Yeah,
that. Really.
4-hour movie.
5 hours long.
All the Spider-Mans versus all the Marios. Who would win that
This
fight?
is what Avatar 3 should be.
Dude, the
10
kids could
billion
barely sit
Marios
down
versus
for
10
an
billion
hour and a half.
Spider-Man.
$10 billion at the box office, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give Toad a power up. Actually, I don't think about it. Toad
Toad?
could have definitely had a power up.
I mean, Toad having a mushroom isn't that like kind of cannibalistic in a sense? Because that's like
Nah.
small him. I mean, it's not, but like it looks
Totally,
like it.
we should have totally seen the Toad eat a Toad.
So you mentioned the box
chicken nuggets. You
office,
just
and
don't
that-
do it.
about that.
Yeah, you mentioned the box office, Brendan. That's something that's like now been confirmed that this has like
It's-
surpassed Frozen 2 as the biggest like animated movie like launch.
Ever. $378 million, I believe. That could be wrong. Something along that lines. Just a massive amount of money for like 5 days. It's insane.
Yeah.
Do you guys think like the bad critic scores like affected it at all? Like you
No.
think
No,
No,
people still saw
at
it.
all?
I don't think so. The amount of money it made.
Sorry, the critic scores may have just kind of, I guess, showed like how fast and just how not really a really good film it is, but like a children's film, phenomenal. Just like overall though, just the
Audience
pacing.
scores
I mean,
very
not even that. Just for a Mario film, like there's not a lot of things that the Mario film needed to be a good Mario film. I mean, we saw that because like it was we talked about how it doesn't really have a story. It's very fast paced, but like that's because it's a Mario movie and that's all it needed to be, and it was still good. And I still enjoyed it.
I feel like the main thing was like there was like so many things they wanted to do with it, but had to cut for time.
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, just
What
the
else do you
amount
think
of
they'd want to
scenes
do?
and-
It's
well,
just
like
more
just the
references.
amount of scenes that were cut and stuff with like the music
Yeah,
too.
but I mean, how many? Was there any like big scenes cut? Because that wouldn't really affect the time that much. Do you mean like big scenes that were cut? Do you mean like things that could have added like completely new things that weren't even made? Like,
Oh,
imagine-
like they could have like honestly, I thought they just needed to like structure their like story a little bit or like have the plot kind of rewritten almost to where it's not like they're cutting back and forth between Luigi and Mario. It could have been. I honestly personally would have want to see like a traditional Mario game movie where it's like they're like going through each world to fight Bowser,
yeah.
But like
And
obviously, I feel like that would take a lot of time, or like it would be a pretty long film.
Yeah, it's kind of weird in that sense. It had nothing to do with Mario and like how, the main Mario game series, like how him going through different worlds and stuff like that, and like each, I guess, castle and stuff. It kind of just like got like prepared for battle, and then they fought in Brooklyn and threw Mario at the sky. So yeah, it was kind of weird.
Honestly, I felt like fighting in Brooklyn was a little much. Almost like I would honestly just wanted to see like 1v1 between Bowser and Mario, and maybe even Luigi too, and like in like their big castle that he has to like infiltrate.
I feel like
feel
a
like that
fight
would've
scene
been
that
cool.
would have been really cool.
Yeah, maybe even like they could have like even took inspiration from like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where he turns really big. Would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was weird that they took the final fight to Brooklyn, especially because if they kept it in the Mushroom Kingdom, at least that would make sense why Mario and Luigi stay there as well. Yeah, so that was kind of a strange choice. Also, that has just reminded me that there's like a kind of character trait that they gave both Mario and Donkey Kong, that they both have like they have daddy issues. They want their fathers to be proud of them. And that's like a weird choice.
That's the character arc
That's
between
weird.
them
That's
two,
a
and
weird
that's how they overcome their obstacle in the thing.
I mean,
They're
it
daddy
works,
issues.
I guess. But
That was
That's how they
a
come
strange
together and
choice.
work together.
Yeah, it's weird how like that was kind of a big factor considering that you don't even know their parents in the game series, Like that was just a movie thing and they made it like kind of important. So yeah, that is weird.
You don't even know Mario's dad in the whole gaming series.
Yeah.
No, you
Like-
don't.
They don't really make it count massively in the movie as well, because obviously, they move to the Mushroom Kingdom, and obviously in Brooklyn, they're with their family pretty much every day, kind of thing. That's what it seems like. That's how they set it up. Yet there's no scene of them being like, no, don't go to the Mushroom Kingdom. We love you in Brooklyn. There's none of that. They just move there. We don't get to see how they feel about it. It's just, they don't really get their time. I might be wrong with that, but I don't believe.
I mean, it's kind of apparent, like in the dinner scene, that they just don't really care. I guess what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't really get much development. They were there to sort of be like, oh, look, we're saying that we don't believe in them, and this movie's going to prove us wrong, but also not show us actually really fully saying that. It's a minor quibble. It's the Mario movie, It's a minor quibble, really.
I thought Spike was cool because he's Spike from Wrecking Crew, and his like he had his outfit on, and his hat said Wrecking Crew on it. If you could see.
I
Yeah.
did see. I thought that was cool, but otherwise
Yeah.
didn't really need him in there. But I like the
he's
part where
Spike
he was
from
like,
Wrecking Crew.
hey, he is. There's also
It was a
bar as
cool
well.
reference, but it was a cool reference, but didn't really serve any like purpose.
Yeah.
I agree with that fully.
well, a tad bit of plot reference of how like Mario and Luigi kind of like quit, working for him and just like started the plumber business. Like they didn't really make it apparent, but they did like a small hint, just like, oh yeah, we quit, so now we're starting this up. And Spike's just like, yeah, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I feel like you could have cut that and it wouldn't really have any kind of impact on the plot at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like going through more Easter eggs, I'm surprised First of all, the Punch Out Pizzeria thing was really, really cool. Like like the windows, he's on like the windows and like all like the pictures on the wall, and there's like a newspaper that said like Little Mac does something. That was really cool. But also, I'm surprised how much screen time the Punch Out Pizzeria got. There was so many scenes where like the big logo on the pizzeria was like just there for so long. I was like, okay, I've seen the reference. Thanks, Nintendo. Cool thing.
Oh yeah, I thought the World Dash One reference was pretty cool.
Where
Yeah,
was
at the
that?
beginning.
Oh yeah, when they're running
It's
across
when
and
they
it's
were,
like,
like,
in,
running.
When they have to like run
Mhm.
over to the apartment to like fix the plumbing. You know how it's all like they like camera kind of transition to like 2D
Oh,
and you see
yes.
Mario like
Oh
running
yeah,
through
yeah,
the whole.
yeah.
I thought like something said
but-
World Dash 1 somewhere. That's what I thought you were
Same.
saying.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also they have like that like block formation that's right at the start of the first Super Mario Bros. Game is like in the crates around the construction site.
That was really cool.
There's like the Castle Burger place as well, sort of like kind of reference to White Castle, also reference to the Mario movie. Harold and Kumar and Mario movie crossover win. That's what I'm
There you
saying.
go. What was there was
They should play Wario and Luigi.
They should.
I also like how they referenced Kamek dressed up as Peach because it served
that was
more
quite
as a
funny.
like comedic purpose, but also like it was a cool reference.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be
I
that
didn't
as
see
a
what the
reference?
reference to that was actually.
Well, Mario Wii, but that's it.
I, didn't
I think there was like a few other games where he also like.
Was he?
Oh, it was Super Mario Bros. 2. That's what I'm thinking of.
2? Really?
Yeah, it was 2 and Wii, and then he also did it in Wii U.
Okay.
I finished one of those. That's probably why I didn't get it.
I remember there was stuff in Mario's room, like on the walls, like posters and stuff. There was references in there. I don't remember what there was. Was there like an F-Zero thing? There was references like
Yeah,
on his
I think
walls
there
and
was.
on his
Yeah,
nightstand.
Yeah, I think there was a Punch Out
remember-
reference.
Yeah, I saw
There were
Star
definitely
Fox.
ones to like the old like NES sports games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was
Um,
playing like Kid Icarus
He was
on
playing
the
Kid
NES.
Icarus.
Yeah, he
Which is
did.
cool.
That was really cool. Oh,
He-
God.
He was playing Kid Icarus and he had like an R-Wing model on top of his TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was really cool.
I will say, what are the ramifications for the fact that the NES exists in the world of that movie? Obviously, Mario games are on there, so what does that mean?
Fan game.
It means that other
Doesn't mean
games that
anything.
came out for the NES can be in the Mario Cinematic Universe. Like we can get like Wacky Races characters in here.
Yes, but it also means that Super Mario Bros. The game exists in that universe, right? Because if Kid Icarus does and the NES does, then surely that means Super Mario Bros. The game does exist in the universe where Mario and Luigi are. So what does that... Do they not see that game and go, oh, that seems kind of like us? Or do you think they saw the game and thought, oh, we could do
Maybe
that?
if we get a Kid Icarus movie, there's a scene where he's playing a Super Mario Bros. Game on his NES.
Maybe. It also
On
just
the
means
NES?
Mario's a gamer, and that makes me happy, so I can live with it.
Woo!
Wait, was there
Wahoo.
Not a very good one though, because he dies in the movie.
Immediately.
was there any
game.
other consoles in the movie like a Game Boy or GameCube or was that
I
it?
don't think so.
It's only an
They just
I
NES.
think that was
referenced
it.
GameCube.
Was there a GameCube?
I don't know.
It was a GameCube sound, but
Um,
it was a GameCube system.
I'm surprised they didn't make the phones like a Game Boy or something.
Oh yeah, like
That would-
Yeah.
like how in Luigi's Mansion in the game, they have the Game
Well,
Boy
ju-
Horror
just
as like
like-
the control as like the Luigi's whatever you call like his device.
Maybe when
It's
they
like,
make
oh, sorry,
a
I gotta
Luigi
take this call
Mansion
real quick.
game, the
That's-
device will
that's what they
be
do.
the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the Poltergust 3000. or
Also,
whatever.
I like
No,
how-
Game Boy Horror. That's what it is. Game Boy Horror. They should.
I don't know if I find it like strange or not how big. Like I know how like we know absolutely nothing about like Mario's like family in the games, but like in the movie he has like a huge family. You know,
Yeah,
Like-
like they didn't even
I
just
was
be like,
thinking,
"Oh,
like,
this is Mario's mom and dad." It's like, no, this is Mario's mom, dad, brother, uncle, sister, dog, cat, rat.
Third cousin.
and we don't even know like any of their
Well,
names.
that's like a stereotypical Italian thing, isn't it?
That's true. It's like standard American
guess.
Italian family stereotype
Big family.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Actually,
Let's
Jimmy
let's
Buffett
talk
was
about the
that cast.
freaking Luma character, bro. I was in the theater and like there's like the Luma was there and that's cool, you know, Galaxy reference. But like it was just like in there, like it was like, oh, the like the only joke that Luma made was like the like happy about like
he
the
probably said
impending
it like
doom
4 times in the
and,
movie.
and stuff like that. And like it said it once, I was like, okay, cool. And then again, cool. And then we were at like a whole other scene. We were at like this like the rescue scene, and like there was still jokes from the Luma popping up, and I was like, come on, man, like this is getting annoying. It was getting annoying, and then like that's all. And then
He
like,
was,
at the end,
upset that they-
the Luma had like a whole part at the end where it was that again. And I was like, bro, oh, come on now.
And so many movies do that character as well. Like that's not a
Yeah, they
unique
do.
thing.
That is true.
I think the
like,
Lego Movie 2 had that as a full character as well.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like
it's just studios think it's funny to put a nihilistic character in a kids movie because guess what, kids?
yeah,
The world is like
Money
bad.
left.
and,
What kids
and
have
with,
to
with
pay
like
taxes.
like a little
We're all
like kid
gonna
voice
die.
too.
Nothing is worth living
Yeah.
for, and we're all gonna jump off into the abyss of the empty space that is the internal death of black void.
Yeah, I got old really fast. Man, what else was there? I
I
wish
got old like the third time.
wish I had like notes because man, it's hard to like look back and to try and remember each little thing.
It is so
Yeah.
densely packed. I also forgot to take notes, but then there's just so
Yeah.
much that goes on. It's like, oh
Oh,
god, what?
I will
There
say
is some.
the animation was freaking awesome, dude. The animation was
yeah.
awesome, especially for the Illumination movie. I love the animation; it was done so well. That's all I can really say about it because like it's just you just gotta see it yourself. I guess.
Also, the opening. We are going full spoilers still, aren't we?
Yep.
The opening, like Luigi's first get everything, just being the opening to Luigi's Mansion was just amazing. That little motif as well. I played. I was like, oh, I was giddy. That was my favorite reference of the entire movie, I think, because that first scene was just the opening to Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't there a point where he was like, "Oh yeah, you'd be surprised, Mario," when they're like talking about him being like a scared person or something, like referencing Luigi's Mansion.
Probably.
There was.
It definitely has some sort of reference to being scared with Luigi.
Mario was like, "You don't get scared," and Luigi's like, "You'd be surprised," or something like that. I don't know, but hopefully that's. I mean, I think that's something that definitely happened. So I hope there is a not like.
I think he was saying
Luigi's
something
Mansion.
like you can't always be that. You can't be scared all the time. And then he said you'd be surprised.
Yeah. So hopefully,
Yeah,
that,
that's
hopefully
fair.
that leans towards a Luigi's Mansion movie.
But it almost looked like he got over his whole character arc was like the fact that he is a scaredy cat, but like it looked like he almost got over it, almost like he's like hiding in the trash can in the Brooklyn scene, and he actually is like and he's hiding, and then he gets out to go help his brother. So it almost kinda is almost like implied that like he gets over it, but like maybe he's not fully over it, and like Luigi Mansion can like explore that more, like in that movie.
Yeah. Like, what do you guys think? Like, obviously there will be sequels, because of obviously like the box office, how much money it's already made, and obviously they already teased in the first place. It's also
They're gonna do
Mario.
anything.
It's the Mario franchise. They would probably do like 20 movies regardless.
Wasn't like a DK movie already like rumored like
I think
2 months after the
Yeah.
movie was announced?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I feel like if they're going to do that, which it seems like they are, I don't think we needed as much of the Kongs as we got in this one necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Or maybe they just did that to, I guess, build up. I guess if they plan to do Donkey Kong next. Oh wait a minute.
But then again, if you want to build that up, all you really need is Donkey Kong and maybe Cranky Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you don't need the whole DK crew.
But
I don't like Diddly Kong and Squiddly Kong as well. I don't need those in there. Those aren't real Kongs. But I don't need them.
But
in
the
there.
next movie is going to be
Just Donkey
all
Kong.
about Donkey Kong, the whole thing.
Kongs only.
they put the DK
Oops,
rap.
all
That was pretty cool.
Kongs.
They put the DK
Was
rap.
it-
That was.
And Grant Kirkhope didn't get
The
credit.
D-
so
dude,
I hope they fix that.
I freaked out when they put in DK crew.
You mean
The DK crew rap. Yeah, the DK rap.
Rap.
But I just thought about this. What if the Yoshi post-credit scene thing is like, how Mario went through the sewers to get to the portals, right? What if Yoshi's in the sewers because he's gonna just be off on his own, go through a portal, and then it's some kind of Yoshi's Island movie? If that makes sense.
There
Some kind of-
was a Yoshi's Island like menu reference when they were showing all the different worlds. That was like the Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, there was like a
title
Yoshi
screen,
like
which is cool.
island.
yeah.
So they're aware, so they could do it.
So what if Yoshi goes on his own to a portal and he's like a Yoshi Island-based movie?
Just don't make him talk. Gosh,
Yeah, I was going to
don't
say
make him
that.
talk.
But if that happens, they're going to give him a voice.
True.
I'd rather be like a silent movie or just Yoshi just saying Yoshi and that's it.
Have him also be played by Seth Rogen, if you must do it.
Yeah.
Have him voiced by Willem Dafoe.
Oh
Yes,
He's,
that's the one other person I think who
That's
could have done
right, he's-
Bowser was Jack Black or Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe is
Yoshi.
actually the perfect Waluigi.
he is.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
Wario, Danny DeVito, Waluigi, Willem Dafoe. That's.
Yeah, no,
that
I'm
is
shocked.
Wario.
DeVito and Wario would go
right for
hard.
that.
I'm shocked the post credit scene, or at least like there was no Wario and Luigi reference. I'm surprised there
true, I
wasn't
didn't know
anything like
that.
anything at all.
Yeah,
they
they,
even-
they could have teased anything and anything else, and it would have been better than the Yoshi teaser.
True.
Yeah.
Especially because they already showed like the hundreds of them. It was a weird decision.
And it was also just
Yeah.
an egg. It wasn't like Yoshi's
was
out of
also
the egg
just-
and it was something else on the screen. No, it was just an egg.
Like I've got eggs in my house. I don't just open them and go, ooh, post credit scene. You know, that's not what happens.
I have an egg in my house. What's so special about that?
I open my fridge and I'm like, yes, Mario 2!
yeah.
Yoshi
The
reference in my
Americans-
fridge!
Yeah.
Love it.
But with the map scene, I think it was it Mushroom Kingdom, Yoshi's Island, the DK Island, I guess, Ice World, the Badlands, and then the desert. We never really looked
Yeah.
at the desert, did we?
One of them was that
We
Sand
had-
Kingdom from Mario Odyssey, so I think that was the desert one.
There was also like the
Yeah.
rocky rocks, or there was also like the what was it called? They were rocks. They were climbing up them. I'm pretty sure that references like World 7 or something.
Yeah.
There's also like
Oh, I
the
don't
the
remember.
beach island or world with like the cheap, and then there was the Odyssey Desert. That was straight up Odyssey Desert.
That was really cool.
100% it was.
Like, was the desert even in the montage, or did I just miss that? I have no idea.
No,
No,
it
it
was a
was
quick
in the
shot.
montage.
It was in
was-
there somewhere.
Okay.
It was the Sand Kingdom from Odyssey.
It was in there for like
Oh,
3
okay.
seconds.
Okay.
And then wherever the heck that like field of fire flowers are.
Wherever it is. But like overall, the Mario movie sets up like a lot of things for Nintendo itself, as well as just Mario in I guess in a sense. Like Yoshi Egg, it sets up like what they can do just with Brooklyn again still, and just Yoshi too, and if they even do a stretch, just like introduce Bowser again with breaking him out with either Bowser Jr. like JR said, or the Koopalings, one of the two. Or just another villain like Wario or Waluigi. They can be like mercenaries or something. But just it leaves a lot of interpretation of like what Nintendo's gonna do next. Like, is this the only and last movie that they're gonna ever make, or just like a first step and just them entering just the movie scene and that's it. But like, I have no idea.
I think
I do also want to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I think the cast for the next movie could be like a lot how Sonic 1 and 2 went, where it's like Sonic 1 was kind of just Sonic. Sonic 2, we had Knuckles and Tails here, and like whoever else. So I think like the second Mario movie could be like, okay, we have our current, members, and then we have Daisy and Wario and Waluigi, and now Yoshi is a main guy, so that might be a thing that happens, similar to those movies. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it can do like a approach like Sonic 1 and 2. Just like Sonic 1, just like introduction. This is Sonic. Hello. And then Sonic 2, they just like go ham into like the action scenes and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I hope that they might do that for the Mario 2 movie if they do it. But if not, just have a decent story rather than like really fast paced, because just the pacing and it kind of like threw me off for a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like every decision was made just because they had to, and they like had to make it more for the kids, and they had to make it shorter, and like, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't. I think an hour and a half, like, as it's like as a time, like, is good. Like, it doesn't have to be super longer than that. It's just like the way they used it was kind of weird, but
Yeah.
like we said, it was still pretty good,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it a lot. Man,
I do also kind of. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Keep going.
Go on,
Did you wanna
sir.
finish?
I don't want to finish. Actually, I want you to continue.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to point out that I kind of think it's really funny how like, people are more like, I guess they're more excited about like video game adaptation movies than like comic book adaptations now.
Mm. I mean,
Because
we haven't had a lot of them, so
Yeah, they've had their time. I think there's just
Yeah.
too many.
True. Yeah, they've had a solid decade.
I don't need to see Shazam.
More
It's
than a
time for the
decade.
gamers to come in.
exactly, bro. The gamer universe. Smash Bros movie,
Also,
bro. I'm
I
telling you,
feel-
the Portal Smash Bros movie.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Also, just I feel like if comparing comic book movies to video game movies, like video game movies can span like all sorts of different genres, whereas comic book movies still kind of stay in the kind of confines of superhero kind of stuff. Whereas like games are all different genres, so
The thing is, obviously, there is more comic books than just superhero movies, but that's all they seem to be interested in adapting. Like, there could be a second wave of comic book movies of like different stuff, but they haven't really done that yet. But they could. It could happen.
I just feel like comic book movies kind of almost found like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a
niche?
cash cow money making like system almost, or like
JR.
doesn't matter what they make,
formula.
it's gonna make a lot of money, so they don't feel pressured to make it good. And while I feel like with video game adaptations, you know, for a while everyone was so hesitant on it because they're always so bad, so that kind of makes them want it to, you know, actually do good with it almost. You know,
JR, comic book movies. I'm sorry.
You did say moomies.
You said movies. I'm just like.
I wasn't gonna point. That.
you know what I'm trying to say.
I did know what you were trying to say.
Yeah, I did.
Good point though. You make a very great point.
Well, actually, no, JR, I didn't understand.
I think we've gotten past that point now where like a video game movie's immediate reaction is just met with trepidation. I think that's sort of every video game movie says that this is the one to like break the curse.
But it's almost like the
curse
audience
has gradually been lifted. I think it's gone now.
It's definitely been lifted, but I feel like it's like, you know, we're at a point where it's like, okay, like the people will only make it, like the audience will only allow it if it's actually really, really good, you know?
Yeah,
or
it
like,
could still come crashing down easily. Yeah. But at the minute,
like it's not like it's to the point where it's like, you know, there's so many great video game movies out there that like we can just make it whatever and it's gonna do good anyways.
No,
you know,
there's not enough for that.
It's not at a corrupt system yet.
No,
you know,
but we'll get there. Uncharted was that's a sign of what could happen.
Well, actually,
but you know, it is.
Awesome.
I disagree, but you're allowed to have that opinion.
And Ratchet and Clank was awesome.
No, I enjoyed that movie.
I like Ratchet and Clank, honestly.
Everyone forgets about Ratchet and Clank. Just saying.
True.
I enjoyed it.
It is pretty telling.
When I watched it, I thought it was just like a cutscene movie.
You thought
like
it was just a cutscene movie?
Well, it was.
Just somebody playing a game.
Because it was based off the first game. That's why it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
But it only played through the cutscenes. I forgot.
Well, it was based off the first game, and then they made a movie about, or they made a game about the movie, which is just a remake of the first game, basically. So that's all it was.
So they went from game. Movie.
I thought the game came first. I didn't know
the game did come first. Oh! You mean the remake? So obviously we have the original Ratchet and Clank from the PS2, right? And then we have the movie, which is about that game. And they made a game based off the remake movie, and yeah.
Oh, it's like Street Fighter, the movie, the game. It's just man.
Mortal Kombat was actually based off the game.
Why are there so many Mortal Kombat movies, by the way? It's like 9.
It's like 6, maybe more.
They don't.
Aren't they like all bad too?
Yep.
The animated ones though.
Oh,
they're like, we'll get it this time, I swear.
It's the same with Resident Evil. There's so many and they're all bad.
Oh, there's like 8 of them. It's ridiculous.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
9th time's the charm, baby. We
Maybe
can
yes,
do
sir.
it this time, I believe.
They can manage.
There's a Just Cause movie, obviously Uncharted.
Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, is that what I was thinking of? I think
like
I meant to say
movie
Max
was, like,
Payne.
trying to be
Yeah,
its
I don't
own
feel like they just
thing
called the movie
versus
yet.
like
Yeah.
actually like be like referencing the games almost, you know?
Yeah, I meant to say Max Payne.
They've done Tomb Raider ones. Like,
Yeah,
they've done, like,
so
3.
many of those too.
They've done 2 in a
Detective
remake, I think.
Pikachu.
Doom. There's like 2 Doom movies as well.
Oh yeah, with the
Yeah,
Rock.
with the Rock.
The Rock.
I forget, did
the
people
Halo show?
like Detective Pikachu or did they not like it?
I feel
thought
like
it
it was
was
okay. I feel like the animation.
I
like,
liked
the
it. I thought it was
not
good.
like the movie.
And this is the Halo series that was bad apparently.
Oh yeah, produced
And obviously
by
Last
Steven
of Us will
Spielberg,
get
if you
to
believe it.
in a future episode.
Yes.
Last of Us.
Very good. Spoilers.
To be honest, I would argue that Detective Pikachu was better than like the first Sonic movie.
I haven't seen Detective Pikachu.
Basing
yet,
off
but that's
memory.
good.
Yeah.
Same. I didn't see it yet.
Never seen Detective Pikachu.
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to for a while.
Damn.
Maybe I should.
You haven't seen Detective Pikachu?
I have not.
I mean, same.
Yeah,
Go check it
I
out.
know it's a movie,
You're
though.
not missing much.
There's Pixels.
Not missing out. Oh, there is Pixels.
Fuck Pikachu.
Oh,
Man, I
God.
love Pixels starring Adam Sandler. And he's like,
know.
Donkey Kong!
I like the part where the
Oh.
capsule gets set up in 1982, and then aliens just apparently managed to invent 1985's Duck Hunt in that time. That
Yeah.
could have been
Mhm.
sent up in the capsule, but they made it anyway. Apparently.
You know,
That was more.
if we're counting pixels, then we also need to count Spy Kids 3 Game Over.
We also need to count 2009's Gamer, starring Gerard Butler as well. I believe.
We also need to count
he's in it.
Wizard.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do,
the
starring
Wizard?
Fred Savage, yes, and the Power Glove.
And Wreck-It
We do need to
Ralph
count
1
those.
and 2.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they did a sequel.
Oh yeah.
The
that's
Facebook
bad.
That
sequel.
should be its own little genre. Like,
They've been trying this for a while, turns out.
Yeah, like video game movies, where it's like
Yeah.
a movie about just games.
more like
Tetris just came
movies
out.
about
Tetris just
video
came out.
Yeah.
Tetris just came out.
Oh my god, right.
It's the
But that's
perfect
more
game.
of like
That's
more
about
like
a
a
lawsuit.
documentary. It's not like little
No, it's not.
cubes. Like
No, it's not.
Documentary.
No, it's not a documentary.
They also
It's
not
not
a
even what you think.
documentary, but it's almost
They
like
also have like a needle drop. I think it's weird.
It's
It's
about a legal
about-
guy.
people
But-
out. It's about real people outside of a game trying to make a game versus.
But it's
like,
also rated R.
an adaptation. You know.
Oh,
It's
is it
rated
actually
R
rated
and the
R?
perfect game.
Really?
Is it really
It's
rated
perfect
R?
game.
That's incredible.
Why is it
It's
rated
the
R? What's in
perfect
there?
thing.
It's so funny.
I'm pretty sure there's like a few scenes where
I'm gonna
there's
go
like
to my
CGI blocks
local-
somewhere. I think.
I hope so.
But it's not like it's not actually
There's
it's
also
not in
game
the world.
grumps
It's
footage
just
for
like
some
some kind of-
reason in the.
Yeah.
The orange.
Does that
blaze
pretty much
is
like wrap
really
up our thoughts almost? Or
Yeah, I mean, if we forgot something, it's just I just can't like pick my brain and like think of something. But
It's such
I
a
mean,
dense movie.
overall,
It's really
it was
hard
a
because
good, enjoyable film.
I had a nice.
yeah,
time.
exactly. It was a
And
good time
honestly,
for
it's the
us
Mario
Nintendo
Bros. It
fan.
didn't have to be.
As if, I imagine if I was not a Nintendo fan, I would not enjoy it that much. But because I am, I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
It was more targeted for people under the age of like 8 years old and anybody who's a fan of Mario.
Yeah,
Pretty
like,
much.
I don't see my dad loving this. You know, like I don't feel
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my sister was gonna come to see it with me, and then she ended up not. And I feel like if she did, she would have just like got nothing out of it. But I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
I
dude.
got
Oh my
Mario.
god.
I'm glad you did.
That was a balling movie. I definitely want to see it again at some point. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the theater, but I do want to see it again because it was cool.
Well,
I might.
you know, with like the way that cinemas are nowadays, it will be on streaming in like a few weeks.
Yeah.
It'll
Like,
be on stream
Usually
like
a month
yesterday.
after it comes out. and
I'm not.
then-
I'm sure I can already find it online. Yeah, I just want to
Yeah,
see.
it used to be. It used to be.
If anything, if you're
4
not
months.
like one of the two, you're just gonna notice how fast paced it was. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that's what critics just saw. It's just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
fast
were
movie.
neither. So for them, it was like their worst nightmare. They were the worst crowd for it, I think.
but honestly, like I'm pretty sure they give all the Illumination movies like really bad scores.
I saw
That's 'cause
one
they're all
critic.
bad.
I saw one critic saying that the Mario movie was the only bad movie Illumination ever made, which is hilarious to think about. It's the only bad one
Ooh.
apparently.
Before we
Number
close
one.
off, how do you guys feel about the duck movie that Illumination's making?
The what?
Oh yeah, they
The what?
showed it in the beginning. In my
Yeah.
theater and probably in the America theaters that for people go to here, they were like,
Oh, Migration.
yeah, they were like, we
Yeah.
have Despicable
James, you
Me,
did see
and
that?
then we
Yeah,
gave
no,
you
the-
Secret Life of Pets, and now the Mario movie. But our next thing is Migration. It's like so like these ducks like flying across the lake, and they're like, oh, we're stuck in the water. Philip, help me.
Was that an America only thing? I didn't
Probably.
get that.
Uncle
and
Ben!
I'm
I'm so
reaction
glad
that he
I
also
did
didn't get
see
that.
that.
It did happen though.
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure they knew this movie was gonna like do really, really well. So they're like, let's promote our new
Yeah.
movie right now.
We
Maybe
need
they
to
thought the
advertise.
British won't like the duck movie. I don't know.
They were
We
scared.
hate
Honestly,
ducks.
the scene kind
We're
of with the
do.
scene where they're like taking off and flying, it kind of went hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Ducks don't exist in the UK.
That was
Yeah.
that was
They're
new
fake.
duck movie coming to theaters near you.
Unless you're in England, then they're never coming.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I'm
close
so
this
sorry I don't
off.
have the
Yeah, let's pull some
Someone
outros
kind of-
and all that. JR, you got this, buddy.
Well, that's been it. Our critical deep dive into the Mario movie. At that, I would like to give a special thanks to everybody who's still here watching, and a special thanks to everybody who was here in the podcast. Yeah, I'm Nindude. I've been your host. You can find me on Nindude YouTube, Twitter, Insta, and yeah. I got some pretty exciting plans coming up soon, which I know I'm kind of like a little bit dead now, but honestly, I'm gonna come out with one video basically explaining where I've been and everything, and like what I want
It's
to
been
do.
a while.
Let it hang.
Explaining like where I want to go, basically, and what I
Like,
want to do.
guys,
But yeah,
it's been
a
a
new beginning is gonna happen soon. I don't know when. I'm kind of just really chilling right now, and yeah. Should I talk about what games I'm playing? I forgot about that.
Yeah,
bit.
go ahead. I was just like, yeah.
Games I'm playing. I'm currently grinding through Last of Us Part 1 right now, the remastered one.
No.
Jay Matthew knows.
No. Listen here, rich guy. The remake. You have to say it's the remake. There's a remaster on PS4.
That's what I just
It's
did.
a $70 remake.
No, you're playing the
Oh, I
remake.
said remastered,
You're
my
playing
bad.
the rich man, high quality remake. Okay, you gotta flex that.
Yeah.
Go on now.
Because what can I say? I'm a
That's
businessman. I like to invest in experience, you know? And yeah, so I invested my time and money into the Part 1 remake for the PS5. And I'm also, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I'm also playing Ocarina of Time on this right now at school whenever I'm
Very
bored.
good game. Very good.
Yeah.
I used to play my
And
first
I'm also playing Hyrule Warriors. I need to finish that game before Tears of Kingdom comes out. But yeah.
You got like a month and 2 days. Good luck.
True. Comes out
May 12th.
21st, right? May 12th?
12th.
Oh, that's right, May 12th.
Oh yeah.
He's dyslexic.
Oh,
Man,
true.
oh my God,
There we
that's
go.
right.
Evidence.
I read it backwards.
Add that one to the case file.
I will.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
It does look really showing out. But yeah, I've been dude.
Yeah. Okay, I've been Jay Matthew, of course. You know, I like the Mario movie. I made a video about the Mario movie. You can go watch that. I have like 12 brand new shorts from this year because I'm a shorts tuber. And I have a Jay Matthew second channel video where I look at grain donuts. And yeah, obviously I'm just making more videos. I want to stream soon. I probably should have streamed tonight because I've had a little bit of a spring break slightly. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Jay Matthew. You know this. Twitter. It's all my link trees on my channel. And yeah, I love Mario World.
Wonderful. Is it
Really
me now?
great,
Am
Jay
I-
Matthew.
It is you, yes.
Okay. It is me,
Is he
Brandon
frozen?
DolphinArena. Good luck finding me. The IRS haven't managed. You won't either.
He's just a
No
guy.
one. I'm just
He's
a
just a
person.
guy.
I just show up here. You won't find me.
I think you and
Mr.
James
Beast
might be
found
able to
me,
like
you
discuss something here for us and shout
A
something
little
out.
something, maybe. I don't know. Just a thought.
Ooh, a
We're
little
making.
something.
We made a little something. We made a. I have quite a few copies. We made a little. We made a little. These are all copies. We made a little something. We made a,
You not watching on the YouTube, it is a movie.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's a 40-minute long movie called Intoxication. That I just put the footage in the places. It is James's brainchild, and you should all go watch it when it's out, which is not yet. But when it does come out, go watch it because I would like to think it is a relatively decent use of your time.
I will be there.
And I've also been.
I will be there no matter what.
You should be there.
no matter what.
As far as video games go, I haven't been playing a lot. My sister got a Switch recently for her, it was her and my birthday. She got a Switch, and she's been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and I've been playing that with her, and we just stormed the turnip market and just made millions and millions of bells. Enough bells where you could think I could afford a suit, but no, I forgot. I've also been. I picked up Ring Fit Adventure recently, and that is surprisingly strenuous, but I'm having a good time. But yeah, that's all. See you in like 7 months for Markiplier Serial Fury Part 2.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's
That's
our
why Brandon
replacement
can't
fighter
show
right
his
there,
own.
bro. You know what I'm saying? He's our little guest guy.
Yeah.
The guest guy.
That's all I'm here to do.
Okay.
All right, someone else go. James.
Okay. I'm Nintendo James. I don't
What a
really
stupid
like
name.
I know, dude. I don't really like make stuff on YouTube that much anymore. I might at some point. It's just not like a focus for me right now. What my focus has been is the film Intoxication, which to add trailer very soon.
Yes.
Hopefully in the next few days or so. Is that
As
reasonable?
long as I make it. As long as I actually make the
Yeah.
video.
So yeah. So look out for that. That won't be on my like main channel, but I'll put a community post that will link to where you can watch the trailer on my specific like short film channel. So yeah, that's that, and I got more films currently in the works and all that. So that's what I've been doing as opposed to YouTube right now. But you can find me on Twitter, and I'm gonna start posting more on TikTok and stuff. Yeah.
And then our very world-renowned famous man, special guest. You.
It's me, Twitchy Sticky. You will not find me anywhere except the background of JR's videos, and I'm currently helping him out as the process of just like his big surprise that he's having. and I'm debating on starting YouTube, but it's on the air. I have no idea. And some games that I've been playing recently have been Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii, as well as Super Mario Bros. Wii. I've just been playing a very, how to say, a very legal way to play the Wii games, as you may know.
I love
Very legal.
Very.
And
As
if
you
you
can
try
see-
to attack us, we are business people.
We are business people.
We are
will
business
abide by the law. We will abide by the law. Yes. He is.
I forgot to also mention I've been playing Country Returns with him
He
in a
has.
very legal way.
in a very legal way.
Don't ask how, because we're online and
And
That's really
we don't
nice,
live
that's sick.
anywhere close to each other.
Just know it's
fine.
legal. Just know it's legal.
It's very legal. Yes.
Very.
Very.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the
Alright.
law.
I need
Over to
to
you,
I
Jake.
need to step in briefly and explain for the Nathan 709. Also, we should mention that we do have 2 other members that are missing. Just so you guys like don't think they're just like gone forever. But you know, Jack Vision is busy. Hasn't seen the movie yet. Nathan has seen the movie. He just can't be here now because again busy. But he did tell me to tell you guys that he's gonna make a video where he reviews the movie, which probably won't happen in my opinion. But he did
I
say
believe in
that.
him. I
So
believe in him.
you need to hold him to it, and if he doesn't upload it within the next 30 days, because that's a reasonable amount to give Nathan, because usually it takes 9 months, you guys need to hold him to it and like text him, and I'll leak his phone number and his address. And you guys can like.
we need to
talk about
raid
it.
his channel.
But anyway, no, for real though, he is like doing like the Mario movie video, and like he'll probably be back for next episode. And then Jack is like
I wanna
he
see
sent his regards that he didn't like say regards, but he has sent like spiritual regards just now from
Mhm.
Jack Vision. So
It came to me in a
I felt
dream.
I felt it.
again, dream.
I just realized I forgot to mention what games I'm playing. I played Night in the Woods, and it was really good. And then I've been playing some Portal and Shadow of the Colossus and replaying stuff.
Shadow of the Colossus is so good. The half of it that I've played.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I haven't really been playing anything, so I didn't say anything. But yeah, there's games in my house that exist. Yeah, JR, go ahead, wrap us up. Let's go. Wrap us up, JR.
Yeah.
Christmas present. Do it.
Thank you guys for watching.
Episode
This
11.
has been episode 11
It's 11.
of the Super Mario Super Brothers Super Mario movie review. Do
Do the Mario.